So I tried filming this video yesterday and it did not go as planned because, well, I really need to film this video, so if you hear music in the background, that's the neighbors having a party and they don't have any volume control. So we're just gonna go with it. So there might be a variety of different soundtracks through this video. And yes, I am wearing the same thing as last week's Top 5 Wednesday, and if all goes to plan, I will be wearing this in next week's too. Hi, I'm Kat, and this week's Top 5 Wednesday is favourite sci-fi and fantasy in other media. I believe this is the crossover topic with the science fiction fantasy book babbles, so let's talk about something that's not books. So there's pretty much a theme running through these, and I'll probably watch everyone else's videos and be like, oh yeah, I should have picked that and that and that, but these are just the first 5 that I thought of. And let's jump into it with the copyright music in the background. Number 1 is the TV show Once Upon a Time. If you really don't know what Once Upon a Time is, it's basically all these fairy tales, well, every fairy tale, and any story that's in the public domain is real, and they live in different universes, but there's curses and doors that you can get into all of them, and then they end up in our world by a curse, and is really good. Well, I mean, the beginning's really good, and I really ship Captain Swan, and I haven't caught up on season 7 yet because it just hasn't interested me as much, but season 7 is going to be the last season. And if you don't know, season 7 is completely different from the first 6 seasons because most of the cast left, so they were trying something new with an adult Henry, and Henry's 10 to 15 in the first seasons. And from what I've seen so far, they were just kind of repeating what they've already done. They brought in another Cinderella. But yeah, the beginning of this series is really good. And these next ones have a very strong theme running through, but I figured superhero also equals sci-fi because, science. So number 2 is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I love this show so much, and I really ship Skyward, but of course it's a Whedon show, so they don't end up together. And the show is just full of kick-ass diverse ladies. We've got 2 Asians, we've got an English, we've got Latina, and it's just so good. I prefer the beginning more because it was still kind of interwoven with the movies. They literally go to London to clean up after Thor. And then there was a bit of a dip where it got not so good for a while, but then they went back up when they got into the framework and the AIs, and now I'm currently catching up on the latest season, season 5, and they're in space, but also in the future. So, are you fucking kidding me? They just turned that up. So how do you get your TV show characters who are in the same universe as the movie characters out of the way for Infinity War? You put them in an alternate future. And number 3 is a Marvel show that only got 2 seasons, but it deserved a bajillion more. And that is Agent Carter. So basically, Peggy Carter, she was in Captain America: The First Avenger. She was Captain America's girlfriend, but then everyone loved her so much because she's awesome that she got her own TV show, and it only got 2 seasons, one with 8 episodes and one with 10 episodes, and they take place in the 40s, and it follows the SSR, and if it had been allowed to keep going, it could have gotten to the rise of S.H.I.E.L.D., and it would have been so good, and it deserved another season. And number 4 is just kind of a general thing, and that is just the MCU. Just all of the movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I watch all of them as they come out, and I try to watch all the TV shows, but I'm seriously behind on the TV shows. But I just love what Marvel has built, and it's been 10 years, and there's this whole universe, and it's so good, and you can watch them just randomly, but the entire story that you get with watching the TV shows and the Netflix shows and all of the movies and the shorts is just so expansive and immersive, I guess, and I love it. And DC is just trying too hard to copy them. They're trying to catch up to where Marvel is now, but DC needs to learn that they need that foundation. They need the solo movies, and then they can do a joint movie, and then they can expand and do different things. You need to start at the bottom and then build your way up, DC. And lastly, number 5 is a DC universe that's actually worked, and that is the DC TV shows. Specifically the CW ones, which is Arrow, The Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl, and I believe Black Lightning is on the CW too, so they all like are in like the same, don't want to say universe because like Supergirl's in a different world, but like she's kind of like they cross over because there's portals between universes, and it's so good too. The TV shows got right what the movies couldn't. They started at the bottom, they started with Arrow, and then they built on with Flash, and then they like branched off into like Supergirl with a female superhero, and then like Legends, which is like full of diversity and just super weird but also super fun. And I know a lot of people only watch like 1 or 2 of the TV shows, but like watching them all is another thing where you get to see all of the story, and when they do like their crossovers you get to understand everything, and sometimes characters pop up in other shows. So watching them in order, like, you know, like Arrow episode 1, Flash episode 1, Legends episode 1, Supergirl episode 1, Arrow episode 2, Flash episode 2. I don't actually know if they're in that order, but it's a great experience. More people should do it. Okay, there you go. There's my very rambly favorite sci-fi and fantasy in other media. Comment below what's your favorite sci-fi or fantasy in a TV show or a movie. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, because hopefully there'll actually be some more superhero content coming.